The story of Khalid ibn al-Waleed, the sword of Allah. In the early days of Islam, Khalid ibn al-Waleed was known not as a Muslim hero, but as one of Quraysh's fiercest warriors. He was brave, sharp-minded, and unmatched in battle strategy. It was he who helped lead the Qurayshi cavalry at the Battle of Uhud, causing heavy losses among the Muslims. Yet even then, Allah had a greater plan for him, a heart searching for truth. Despite his strength and success, Khalid always felt a quiet emptiness inside. After the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, he began to reflect deeply. He saw how Islam was growing with wisdom, mercy, and justice. He also noticed that every time Muslims faced hardship, they emerged stronger. These signs weighed heavily on his mind. One night, he looked at the sky and whispered to himself, "A man like me should not remain ignorant of the truth." He realized that he had been fighting a faith that was clearly protected by Allah. Khalid accepts Islam. Khalid secretly left Mecca and traveled toward Medina. On the way, he met two other noblemen, Amr ibn al-As and Uthman ibn Talha, who were also searching for the truth. Together, they journeyed to the Prophet Muhammad. When the Prophet saw Khalid arriving, he smiled gently and said, "I knew that a man of your intelligence would see the truth." Khalid lowered his head and said, with tears in his eyes, "O Messenger of Allah, forgive all that I have done in the past." The Prophet replied, "Islam erases everything before it." And from that day on, Khalid ibn al-Waleed embraced Islam, heart, mind, and soul. The sword of Allah is forged. Khalid's brilliance on the battlefield now became a shield for Muslims. His courage was unmatched, but what made him truly special was his trust in Allah. He fought not for glory, but to protect the believers and spread justice. During the Battle of Mutah, when 3 commanders were martyred, Khalid took command. Even though the Muslim army was vastly outnumbered, he maneuvered them so skillfully that they returned safely to Medina. The Prophet said, "Khalid is the sword of Allah, and Allah has drawn this sword against the enemies." From then on, he was known as Saifullah, the sword of Allah, a humble warrior. Despite countless victories, Khalid remained humble. He never built a palace, never collected riches, and never sought fame. His heart was full of devotion. At the end of his life, he wept and said, "I have fought in so many battles, yet here I am dying on my bed like a camel. May the eyes of cowards never sleep." He wished to die as a martyr, but Allah honored him by letting him live long enough to defend Islam again and again. Legacy of honor. Khalid ibn al-Waleed left behind no wealth, only a legacy of courage, faith, and sincerity. His life teaches Muslims that true strength comes from belief, and true victory comes from Allah alone.